This is a quick tutorial of how to insert a column in SeismoBuild and SeismoStruct's building modeler. We can see 4 types of column at the building modeler main window. A rectangular column, a L-shaped column, a T-shaped column, and a circular column. Now, we will start inserting the structural members of the floor. First, we go and click the Insert Rectangular Column button. Pressing the button will cause the opening of a window with details on the member section at the right side of the main window. For each type of section, the section and member characteristics are organized in drop-down menus, including geometry, boundary conditions, materials, reinforcement, jacket, FRP wrapping, and advanced modeling. On the View and Modify Geometry tab, and under the Geometry drop-down menu, we can see details about the column geometry. We can select the column section dimensions from a list of predefined dimensions corresponding to a rectangular or square shape. There is also the possibility to modify each dimension by clicking on the dimension label of the section drawing, and then inserting the desired dimension value in the file that appears. Afterwards, we select the boundary conditions. You may assign a different column length from the story height. We can also modify the foundation level of the column. This is done by defining the difference of the foundation level of the column from the level of the floor at the bottom of the column. Further below in the Materials menu, we can see and modify the materials of the member. Let's now move to the Reinforcement menu. We select the View Reinforcement for the processing. We can define the amount of reinforcement of the section. In particular, for the rectangular section, longitudinal reinforcement is divided into corner, top-bottom, and left-right side reinforcement. By modifying each field, we can modify the number and diameter of bars in each reinforcement category. Please notice that the reinforcement under modification turns from red to yellow. We can modify the number of corner reinforcing bars, which will be automatically distributed to the 4 corners of the section. We can also specify the diameter of the corner reinforcing bars. Similarly, we can modify the number and diameter of the top-bottom bars, and the left and right side bars. If we go further below, in the Section Properties menu, there is the module for modifying the transverse reinforcement. There, we can modify the diameter and spacing of hoops along the column length, and the number of hoop legs at each side of the column section. Here, we will choose hoops with 10 mm diameter and with a 10 cm spacing along the column length. The simple rectangular section can become a jacketed rectangular section by selecting a jacket type from the Jacket drop-down menu. In a similar way, a jacket can be defined, and for the other types of column. In the FRP wrapping module, we can define the characteristics of fiber polymer wrapping on the members of our model. Afterwards, on the Advanced Modeling menu, we can find first and modify the Advanced Member Properties module. Secondly, in the Advanced Modeling menu, we can find the Modeling Parameters module. To insert the column, we must select the View and Modify Geometry button. So now, let's insert the first column of our model. As evident in the View and Modify Geometry tab, on the corners and mid-sides of the section, there are certain points, which are possible insertion points of the section. The current insertion point, which has a solid black filling, is the bottom left corner of the square section, and we can choose another point by clicking on any of the other existing points. In order to insert a member, we click at the point where we want to insert it. The insertion coordinates are shown at the bottom left corner of the Building Modeler window. Please remember that the point we click on the floor plan corresponds with the section insertion point, which we have previously specified. Here, it is the square section bottom left corner. Also keep in mind that the Snap to DWG option is active, so the mouse pointer is snapped by the corners of the DWG plot, which makes it easier to find the points to click in order to insert our columns. Finally, we can make check for the correct assignment of the column by selecting the View Story 3D Model button.